In question number 6, you're asked about some children that arrive at nursery by car, and we ultimately have to work out the probability that the child chosen at random from the nursery arrives by car. So we need to use the information that we've been given to construct a probability tree, a tree diagram. So we are going to start off by looking at the two independent things. The two independent things are the gender of the child and the fact that they arrive by car or not. So I'm going to write the genders, assuming no gender neutrals. The genders are boys and girls. We could change the percentages to fractions if we wanted, or decimals. I like fractions when it comes to probability trees, so I'm going to do 4/10 boys, so that means there must be 6/10 girls. The second variable in this question is the fact that the children arrive to nursery by car or not. So we've got car, and I'm going to put 2 branches coming off the boys there for yes and no, and then the girls I'm going to have the same for yes and no. Now, the information we have in the question, 70% of the boys arrive by car, so that means that 7/10 arrive by car, and that is a 10. And the 60% arrive, so that's 6/10 for the girls. The missing number or percentage or fraction would be 3/10, because these fractions have to add up to 1. And the missing fraction for the girls here that don't arrive by car are 4/10. Now, we have to calculate the probability that a child chosen at random from the nursery arrives by car. So we have to follow the strands here. Now, remember, when you use one of these tree diagrams, you multiply across the branches. So you multiply 4/10 by 7/10. Boys, yes. Right, that's one of the strands that we want to include in our for our final answer. So we have 4/10 multiplied by, that's really bad, 7/10, and that equals 28/100. And then we have the girls, which we can multiply across again. So we've got girls, yes, it was going to be 6/10 multiplied by 6/10, which is equal to 36/100. So they are the two ways of the children arriving by car. Boys arriving by car, girls arriving by car. So if we then add these two things together, we have 28/100 plus 36/100 is going to give us our answer of 64/100. That is the probability that a child chosen at random from the nursery arrives by car. Now, you could have any equivalent fraction to that. You could give 64% as your answer, or you could give 0.64 as your answer. The question involved percentages, so I'm going to give my answer as 64%.